Okay, so get this. Right now, as we speak, there's a visitor from another star system just zipping through our cosmic backyard. And today, we're going to try and figure out what its story is. I mean, seriously, what if something from a whole other solar system just dropped by for a visit? It sounds like the plot of a movie, doesn't it? A little piece of some other world, some other sun's family just passing through. But here's the crazy part. It's not science fiction. It is happening. Right now. Yep, it actually happened. And this visitor, it's got a name. Comet 3I/Atlas. This is a real deal interstellar object. And let me tell you, it has scientists and space geeks like us completely hooked. All right, so what's the deal with this thing? What do we actually know about this incredible traveler from the stars? Let's dive into its journey. Okay, so today, December 19th, 2025, this thing is making its closest approach to Earth. But before you panic, close in space terms is, well, not very close. We're talking 168 million miles. That's almost twice as far away as the sun. So yeah, we're totally safe. And get this, it's moving at a speed that's just mind-bending. Over 144,000 miles per hour. That insane speed is actually one of the biggest clues that tells us, hey, this thing is not from our solar system. It's just a tourist passing through, and it has absolutely zero plans to stick around. So here's the highlight reel of its little tour through our neck of the woods. We first caught a glimpse of it back in July 2025. Then, in October, it did a tight swing around our sun. Now it's making its closest pass by Earth. And its next big milestone? It'll cross Jupiter's orbit in March 2026. After that, it's back out into the great dark void. And you have to understand, this isn't just another chunk of ice and rock. This is a big deal. It's only the third confirmed interstellar visitor we've ever spotted. You might remember the first two, that really weird cigar-shaped object Oumuamua back in 2017, and then Comet Borisov in 2019. It really feels like we're living in a golden age of cosmic discovery, right? Okay, so when something this rare shows up, you can bet scientists around the world are going to drop everything. It was a massive global effort. So how in the world did we manage to study this thing? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the investigation. I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at this comet. Seriously, we're talking about repurposing spacecraft that were already zipping through space, like NASA's Europa Clipper. We had powerful X-ray observatories staring at it, and basically an army of telescopes on Earth all pointed in the same direction. It was a true all-hands-on-deck moment for astronomy. The first really big clue came from a place you wouldn't expect. So NASA's Europa Clipper spacecraft was already on its way to Jupiter, right? Well, just by pure luck, it happened to be in the absolute perfect spot to see the comet at a time when for us here on Earth, it was totally blocked by the sun. This gave us a front row seat, a unique angle to see its tail and all the gases spewing from its core. And like Kurt Rutherford from the Southwest Research Institute said, this wasn't just some other pretty picture. It was a whole new perspective. This unique view gave us priceless data about how the comet was acting as it got blasted by the heat of our sun. All right, clue number 2 was something we couldn't even see with our own eyes. X-ray telescopes spotted this enormous glow 250,000 miles across, just pouring out from the comet. What's causing it? Well, it's the gas boiling off the comet's surface, crashing into the solar wind, that stream of particles constantly flowing from our sun. You can kind of think of it like the comet was putting on its own personal aurora. How cool is that? But maybe the cleverest discovery, the most subtle clue, came from this faint jet of gas and dust shooting off of it. Astronomers noticed a little wobble in that jet, like a tiny rhythmic pulse. And from that little wobble, for the very first time with an interstellar comet, they figured out how fast it's spinning. Turns out it rotates once every 14 to 17 hours. Okay, so we've got all these clues. A special view from a spacecraft, a giant X-ray glow, a secret wobble. So what does it all add up to? Let's try and paint a picture of what this visitor is really like. You know, whenever we see something new and weird from space, especially from another star, our imaginations just go wild. So let's just get it out of the way. Let's ask the question everyone is thinking. Is it an alien spaceship? Well, NASA jumped right on this one. Amit Kshatriya, one of their top administrators, basically said, look, it looks like a comet, it acts like a comet, it's a comet. But, and this is the important part, The fact that it's a comet from outside our solar system, that's what makes it so fascinating, so exciting, and so scientifically important. And this, right here, is where the story takes a really cool twist. The most surprising, the most shocking thing about this visitor from another star was just how normal it is. It's an extraordinarily normal interstellar comet. It acts just like one of our own. And believe it or not, that discovery is a huge deal. Let's break that down. Think of our comets as the leftover Legos from when our solar system was built. We know what they're made of. An interstellar comet, though, is a Lego from a completely different building set from a totally different star system. So the fact that this alien Lego looks almost exactly like our Legos, that's a massive hint that maybe the instructions for building solar systems are universal across the whole galaxy. But, like any good road trip, this one has to come to an end. Our visitor is now on its way out. So what's next for 3I/Atlas as it heads back into the deep, dark emptiness of space? Once it zips past Jupiter's orbit in 2026, it's just going to keep on going, past Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and then by 2028, it'll be out of our solar system for good. It will never, ever come back. Just a brief, fleeting visit, but it left behind a mountain of data, a ton of secrets for us to puzzle over for a long, long time. You know, Harvard's Avi Loeb really captured that sense of awe. He pointed out that this comet is moving so fast, it could get us out of the solar system way faster than any spacecraft we've ever built. It's just a beautiful idea, isn't it? The thought of just hopping on and hitching a ride on this cosmic traveler out to the stars. So all this leaves us with one last big question. 3I Atlas was our third interstellar guest. We've spotted 3 of these things in just the last few years. So, as our technology gets better and our telescopes get sharper, when are we going to see the next one? And what secret